All right, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Corey B. I want to talk about, just the value of our time, right? And I'm just gonna be real. I'm in a new place here. I'm in a new location. I'm out here in Wyoming right now, and it's pretty cool. We're on an adventure. Our family is, and I'm still working on the road. And I'm still creating content, but the acoustics in this room, I feel like it's echoing. I hope it is okay. So bear with me if the sound quality is not the best. I'm gonna work on that and I'll try to tweak it, and I'll try to maybe find a different location if the sound doesn't come out so great at the end of my video when I go back and listen. If I need to change the room or location, I might do that. But anyways, so back to time, because I don't want to get too carried away. The value of our time is important. It's crucial that we manage our time well. It's crucial that we see value in our own time, in whatever we're doing, whether it be our family life, our business, our job, because some of us are running our business, some of us are launching businesses, some of us have got side hustles happening. Some of us are just working a regular 9 to 5, but you still got to manage your time well in order to be effective and efficient and, get things done so that way you can be free to go home on time, things like that, meet your deadlines, progress in your company. Time is, I've talked about this before, and it's a difficult thing to tackle sometimes. Sometimes we feel like we got to hold on it, and others, we feel like it's just disappearing on us without us having anything to say about it, so to speak. Like, that's how we feel sometimes. Sometimes you get that feeling of you've lost control because you can't seem to get things done the way you're trying to. Okay, so there's a old school Lakein principles, right? Lakein principle, and he's got a lot of them, truly. But there's this great quote from failing to plan is planning to fail. And failing to plan is planning to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Okay, I think that there's more to this than what meets the eye, right? I really do. Because ultimately, yes, you need to plan. You need to have a plan and a schedule and like a system for how you're going to get things done. But sometimes it really depends on the personality. It depends on the person. It depends on the situation. Maybe it even depends on the project that you're working on or the job you're doing. Because when it comes down to it, sometimes you just need to dive in. Sometimes you just need to dive in and start getting things done. I used to be a shipping and receiving manager for a music store, and it was a one-man job. It was really cool. But I managed a dock. I managed a one-man shipping and receiving dock. And every day I would have orders that I'd have to ship out, whether it be repairs, returns, vendors sent us the wrong product, or somebody ordered something from our online store and I needed to ship it out, right? Then I had a deadline. I had to get them done by 4 o'clock when I had my pickup, because I had a guy who come and pick them up at 4 o'clock. But I had freight orders and deliveries and things all day long that some of those were scheduled, and it was really great when I had shipping companies schedule with me, but sometimes they weren't scheduled. And sometimes I would schedule my day, I would map things out, especially when there might be other projects happening in the store. There might be other projects that, boss man came and said, hey, you know what, I need you to get this done. I need you to do this. Can we work on this or that? Or maybe there was a complicated situation with like a damage with freight, or anything could happen. On any given day, there could always be things that were unpredictable and unscheduled. Okay, and this was just me working a regular, 9 to 5 job. I didn't really work 9 to 5, but you know what I'm saying. I had a normal job with a normal schedule, so to speak, right? I run my own business now, and with my own business, I definitely see the value in planning and scheduling, because if I don't time block and if I don't manage my time well, sometimes I can get too focused and too wrapped up on one idea or one project that I'm working on, and I miss out, and something else can get away from me, right? I've got investments that I'm managing. I've got trading that I've got to be doing. I've got to be watching the market. I've got to be watching so many things. Plus, I got to be staying up to date with what's going on and the different things that I can be talking to, all of you about, and the things I can discuss with my partners about new branches and new areas that we can, diversify our business, that we can grow into new areas and new avenues, right? And we can, gain more revenue, more liquidity. We can become more efficient, more productive. I got to really stay on top of these different things. I've got multiple partners and I've got lots of things going on all the time. And because of that, there's so many things that I got to keep, in my head, and I've got to keep, I've got to do research. I've got to read. I've got to study. I've got to plan, prepare. There's all these things, right? Okay. So like I said, when it comes down to it, like referencing back to the job that I had, it's like, oh, well, people think that this idea that, oh, would you just have, a normal job, right? A normal job. No job's normal, because there are so many different jobs out there. But when you have a normal job, well, you just come in, you follow your tasks, you're playing the clock, and then at the end of your clock, you head home, right? It's not that simple all the time, because you want to do a job well. You want to be efficient. You want to be productive. You want your supervisors to look at you and be like, man, this guy's crushing it over here, right? You want them to see the value in your potential and in the work that you're doing and in the productivity that you're putting out, so that way they can be like, okay, this person deserves a raise, this person deserves a bonus. Depending on the different company and the different kinds of work you do, you want to be a valuable asset to that company. So like I said, when I would see certain things, I'd be like, okay, well, I need to do this, and I have, these different things that weren't planned, but they came up today. Can they be scheduled for tomorrow? Can they be worked into later in the week? And sometimes they could, and sometimes they couldn't. And there was other times that, I just took the day as it came. There was days that I came in and I saw the cluster, the chaos, and I was like, it's time to man up. It's time to get cocky. It's time to be excited. And that's what I did. I would literally get excited about the chaos. And I would just be like, okay, let it come. This hit me first. That's what I'm tackling right now. This hit me right now. That's what I'm tackling next. This is coming at me. Now it's time to get on that. And I would just roll with it as it came. And that felt effective. That felt efficient. But certain days, if I did that, it wouldn't have been as productive of a day. So I had to gauge the moment and the situation of how I was going to handle that. Some people are really good at that. And some people struggle with it a little bit more than others. And that's okay. Like I said, when it comes down to it, I think it has a lot to do with our personality and the job that we're doing. I'm a pretty go with the flow kind of guy, and I'm a guy who loves a challenge. I get excited and thrilled over a challenge. So when those days hit me and they were chaos, I was like, let's do this. It's time. You know what I mean? And that's how I felt about it. And I manage my business the same way now. But there's days where I got my boys running around, there's chaos going on. I got my partner who does trading with me. He'll hit me up and he'll be like, man, we need to wrap. And I'll be like, we really do. So I'm like, okay, boys, I gotta handle this. And I'd get on the phone with him, and you know what? I'd be real with him. I'm always real with my partners. My partners know me. They know who I am. They know what I got going on. Business is business, and business is crucial, but I don't sacrifice my family for business. And you know what? My partners understand that. My partners understand me, and that's one of the give and takes of being an entrepreneur and running my own business. There are moments when I got to say, hey, boys, I need y'all. I need y'all to be my big guys right now, and I need y'all to give dad just a minute. But then there's those times when I'm on the phone and I'm like having a conference call, and we're watching the market, we're seeing different things happening in the charts, and we're like, okay, how's we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? And the boys will come running in, dad, and I'm like, all right, check it out, man. Keep an eye on this. I got you. I'm here. I'm not bouncing, but I gotta listen to my boys right now. And you know what? He's like, I got you, man. I got you. And you know what? There was other times when my other partner, when we're growing different kinds of business, we're not trading, we're actually growing a product-based business. I'll talk more about that later because it's exciting. But not today, but another day, because I'm excited to tell you about it. But we've been working on this project for a little bit. And as we're developing the product and we're developing the marketing strategy and how we're going to do all these different things, there's times where his little boys will run in and grab his attention. And I'm like, hey, man, handle your business. Do you want to call me back, or are we cool? And the same thing with my boys. They'll chime in when we're trying to handle business. And there's times where we got to say, hey, my man, I need you to give me just a minute. Can you do that? And you know what? My boys, they're smart. Kids are smart. You can run, people have this concept and idea of, like, if you got kids, you can't grow a business. It's too late. You should have grown a business when you were young, but now you got kids, and how do you grow a business? First of all, a lot of people have kids young. You know what I mean? Some people have kids in their 20s, some in their 30s, some in their 40s. You know what I'm saying? So there's all different things that happen in all different life paths that we choose. And some people didn't think of launching a business, but now that they got a little kid that they're looking at and they're like, man, this is my little boy. This is my little girl. I want to, you know, I look in the eyes of my boys every day, and I want to give them, I mean, Mom always instilled a passion and a desire to succeed and to achieve greatness. She really did. She always instilled that in me. And I always knew from the time I was a kid that I was going to do something great and something huge. But I have never been so focused and so just dead set and determined. But I look into the eyes of my little boys, and I'm like, you know what? They believe. Like, they believe in what I'm doing. They believe. And they know. And they know. Like, when I tell them, like, right now they're in the other room. They're playing their games together, and they're in the other room. And I told them, hey, Dad's gonna go post some content right now. I'm gonna record a video. And they're like, don't worry, Dad, I got this. When you're done, we'll clean our room and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, and Corey already had in his head. He was like, when you're done with your video, we're gonna clean our room, but for right now, we can play. And I'm like, you know what? Sounds good. Sounds good. I didn't even have to tell him what the plan was. I just told him I needed to record a video, and he's like, okay, when you're done. You know what I'm saying? And the limits that we put upon ourselves, we've placed upon ourselves. So don't think because you have children that you can't launch a business. My children inspire me every day to fight harder. You know, I want to do great things for Kimberly. I love Kimberly. I want to do amazing things and show my wife that what I'm building for us is huge. It's big. You know, it's bigger than us, because it's going to affect so many other people. We're building an empire that's going to influence and encourage and lift up people around us. That drives me on a daily basis. But my boys, I don't understand the concept that people struggle with. I mean, I do, but I don't. With me and my brother and my sister, my mom fought harder because we were there, you know? And that's me. With my boys, I gotta fight harder. Like me and Kimberly, we've had dreams and we've had goals and we've had desires. But you know, there was a time in our lives where we're like, we're making bank, man. We're doing great. We go to work, we come home, we was making money, and we were like, you know what? And you know what? We were happy for a hot minute, but then I wanted more than that. I wanted more. And there was times where things got, you know, went a little left and we struggled a bit. You know, that happens in life. But my wife inspires me and gives me drive to want to do greater things, just like my boys do. You know, family doesn't hinder you. Family can propel you forward. So I want to get back to this idea of failing to plan is planning to fail. Now, if you don't plan, can you fail? Yeah, you can. But can you still succeed? Maybe. I don't think success is by accident, though. I don't think real, true success. So if you just dive in and you're just like a raging bull in every single day, in every single aspect of what you're doing in your business, the way you're growing it, the way you're developing things, the way you pitch, the way you sell, the way you market, you're just crushing them every day. Can you succeed? Well, you know what? Maybe. But there's a little bit of element of idealism if you're doing it that way. You're not just failing to plan at that point. You're just crashing in without organized plan. Organized plan. Yeah, let's say that. Let's stick with that. An organized plan. You're crashing in without an organized plan. That's what you're doing. But is that going to still be effective? Can it work? Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I also think that there's this concept and idea of over planning. There's some people who overthink things. They're extremely analytical. I used to be this way when I was younger. I'm not this way as much anymore, but there was a time when I was younger, I struggled with this a whole lot. I think I've grown and developed a lot, and that growth and development in my character and in my personality has definitely helped me in my business, where that stifled me. That over planning leads to a lack of living it out, so to speak. You know, it's like if you're not planning anything, then you're gonna struggle hitting your successes, hitting your goals, hitting that stride, because you're not planning enough. You didn't have a plan. You didn't have an organization. You had nothing that you were going on. But if you spend all your time, well, I've got to have this plan perfect. I've got to have it all mapped out. I've got to know what's happening now, what's first, second, third. I've got to have it all in an order, in a sequence. I've got to have it all mapped out. Basically, I've got to have this recipe for success, right? But if you spend all your time trying to perfect that recipe, you never get started. You never get off the ground. You never get moving. Planning in life and in business is crucial, but it must be balanced, right? I mean, it's got to be balanced. You got to have some structure, but be willing to bend and be willing to get going, even if it's not quite perfect. You also got to think in steps of what's the most value of my time. So if I'm planning things out right now and I'm thinking about, here's my business plan, or here's my vacation plan for my family, or here's my plan for spring break or whatever, you know, and you're focused so much on meticulously planning everything that you miss the mark. That all of a sudden spring break, you're 2 days into spring break, you haven't finished planning it all. You were so busy planning that's already started and it's missing you. That's life, but that's business too. You have this idea, you have this great idea, and you're like, okay, we're looking at the economy, right? We're looking at the things that happen in the world. I got this great idea. I got this great product. This is going to change people's lives. This is going to help. I can help someone. I want to help people, and this can make me money, and it's going to help people. So I'm gonna, this product, right? This is great. Nobody's come up with it. Well, if it's a product that you believe is going to help somebody that they don't have yet, while you're sitting back thinking about how this is a great product nobody's got, you want to bet there's not somebody else out there thinking about that same product? Or maybe not the same product, but they're thinking about the same problem. Because like you said, this is a problem people are struggling with. This is something that people are having difficulties with. This is something that people need. So you got this idea while you're sitting here trying to meticulously think out every plan. Somebody else is out there moving already. They're like, man, I got to make this work because this is messing up my life and I need to fix it. I need to fix it. And meanwhile, you got the idea. You had the idea. Sometimes it also has to do with like a controlling personality, a controlling nature. You've got to be willing to delegate and outsource. Like you got this idea, right? And you're like, okay, so I got this idea. It's my idea. I want to launch this, but who could I bring in on this? How could I make this happen? What areas of this do I lack expertise in? What areas, I got this great idea, but can I really do it? Maybe I can, but can I do it productively and efficiently and effectively, like right now? Or is it going to take me a whole lot of learning to get it done? Outsource. Delegate. Hire somebody. Hire someone to do your marketing. Hire someone to design the product, to build the product, to, develop the product, or to, there's just so many things. There's so many things. Ego. Like I said, control gets in the way a lot, but so does ego. Ego can be a great thing, but it could also hurt you. Now, ego could be a really great thing when you think of the idea of inspiration, right? Okay, so say you come up with an idea and it's not a product, or it's not a program, or it's not a system that's not already in existence, but you think you could do it better, right? You think this isn't efficient enough. This isn't effective enough. This could be done better. Or maybe what you see out there, you're like, okay, there's this thing I really like. There's this product or this program or this system or this whatever, and I've been using it, but it's, it's really not cost effective for my life. But I wonder if I could make it cheaper. Maybe it's so expensive because it's the only one on the market right now. It's so expensive, it's the only one. The more products that come out that are similar, okay, so what's proprietary about it? Can you develop something like that and actually not step on someone's copyright or trademark or, like I said, their proprietary value? Is it something you can design and build yourself? Your own version, so to speak, right? Because you think about so many products, there's so many products out there, and so many of them, there's so many brands of so many different products. Then you think about like workout routines or accounting systems or ways to learn new languages, right? I mean, there's so many different things out there. Teaching aids for children. But there's not just one of any of these things. Like way back years ago, decades ago, you can look back and you can see, well, when the first, this came out, the first all-encompassing gym, right? That product was so expensive. It was the only one. It was the only one. Then they came out with, the Bowflex, the Total Gym, all these different ones. And they're like, well, now there's competing prices, right? And so, but that's how prices changed when there was more competition. So could you develop something that could be a competitor, right? Like I said, that's when your ego is a good thing. When your ego is a bad thing is when you allow it to control yourself, thinking that, you know what? I know that I can do this better and I can do it faster. Therefore, I am the only one who can put my hands on it. That like idea of if you want something done right, you do it yourself. No, that's horrible in business. That's one of the worst things in business. It really is. You want something done right, you do it yourself. No. That is an ignorant comment in business. You want something done right, you think smart and find the best, most skilled person that can do it effectively, as far as how it's going to be monetized and functional and things like that, cost effectively. Like it's not going to, blow your budget, right? Efficient, get it done in a timely manner. Like you find the best possible person across the board, right? Now that best possible person, you may not know them, but you find the best possible person that you are capable of finding. There's always somebody out there who can outdo you at something. They can. It's true. But you hone your best and strongest skills, and then you delegate and outsource. Don't allow your ego to ever tell you if you want something done right, do it yourself. That's horrible business practice. That's not how we work in business. In business, you want to be smart. You want to be hands-on, involved, and involved in you want to know what's going on in your business every single day. But you want to know that you can step away from your business and your business isn't going to crash. Tim Ferriss, Grant Cardone, Mark Cuban, Kevin O'Leary, all these people, these are great investors, great-minded business practicing people, and all of them understand the value. They're all on a different level than myself. And that's why I reference them, because they will all say the exact same thing regarding the concept of you can't do everything yourself. When you launch a business, you better put everything you've got into that business. Like you better be pulling 80 hours a week for that business. But once you get that business off the ground, once you get that business going, you need to have people in place. You need to have people positioned that they can grow, they can manage, they can monitor, they can move forward with your business so your business can keep growing. So that way you can make money while you're sleeping. Make money while you're on vacation. Make money while you step away. Yeah, baby, that's where it's at. That right there, that's where it's at. You've got to be able... That's financial freedom. When you get to the point that your money is earning and your business is growing and revenue is flowing while you're not watching every single thing, that's financial freedom. That's being free. I want you to understand there's a crucially important value. There's intrinsic value in planning. But just don't get caught up that you overplan. And be willing to set your ego aside when necessary. So that way your business can grow more effectively. But at the same time, when it comes to branching your company out, branching your business out, I want you to get cocky. I want you to dig deep. I want you to dig deep inside yourself and give all of you yourself. Give everything you've got. Put everything you've got into developing and growing it more. Making it bigger and better than you ever thought it could be. I want you to get cocky. You talking about your plate is full? Nah. I can fit more. I don't care how full my plate may seem. I can take a little more. All right. I want y'all to go out, have a blessed day. I want you to embrace the moment, embrace whatever is happening in your life right now. Enjoy all of it. Be thankful for the day. And plan what you can and move forward when you need to. It's a difficult task to balance those things, but get after it because I know you can do it. And it's going to make all the difference in your life and in your business. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Y'all get cocky. Let's get it done.